There's a three-way handshake coming up. We're discussing a little bit who's going to go when in our new format of this year, except for the doubles last week, where 3 players bowl the opening match. The number 5, 4, and 3 seeds all compete. 1 advances. Tammy-Turner starting. First look at her, 28 years old.
Come on, carry it.
Not a bad start for Tammy. She's looking pretty confident. First time for Tammy in the new format. She was a little excited, she said today. New experience. Everyone's always up for new experience.
Well, most of the time. Wendy Macpherson, 31 years old. Right from Henderson, Nevada. She was at home last week when we bowled in Las Vegas.
Good shot by Wendy. They seem to be playing a little bit further right today, more like Tuesday. The girls did tell me while they were practicing that the lanes seem a little bit tighter.
Here's Leanne Barrette, her opening shot here at the Omaha Open. And the first one not to carry, leaving a stubborn 10-pin.
Leanne's probably going to change balls here.
Meanwhile, Tammy steps up in the second frame, working on a strike. This is a fast pace. We're going to try and keep you updated on who's doing what and who leads in the score.
Tammy with an early double. She looks pretty confident out there. She bowled well all week. Leanne throwing a harder ball at her spare.
That's that funny-looking bowling ball.
Funny-looking bowling ball, yes. But it does the job.
Wendy Macpherson now up in the second frame, also working on a strike, and it's her 4th championship round appearance this year out of 6. So she's having a great start.
She's having a real good start to this year. This looks more like the 2-time player of the year we've seen a couple years ago.
That was 96 and 97. Wendy was player of the year and bowler of the year both of those years, leaving a 10-pin just as Leanne did on lane 25. Leanne's a deliberate player. She takes quite a bit of time on the approach.
She likes to be very comfortable before she starts. She's very routined, and I think that's what makes Leanne great. She doesn't change much out of the norm, and as you can see, the end result. Wendy leaving a 10-pin on a good shot, but Wendy said she stayed in the pocket all week and just waited for the carry to come to her.
Fans in the greater St. Louis area, get ready. The PWBA is headed your way. Come on out and see superstars such as Kim Adler and Kathy Dorn as the PWBA visits the St. Clair Bowl in Fairview Heights, Illinois. Pro-Ams begin Saturday, May 22nd, and the tournament continues through May 27th. Contact Mark Schelleberger at 618-632-2400 for more information. There you see Turner leading by 10 pins. The only player perfect so far through 2 frames, and Tammy-Turner stepping up in the 3rd.
Let's see if Tammy can keep it going. The scores got a little high come Tuesday, so we may see some very high scores here tonight. Wouldn't mind giving away that $50,000 bonus.
MasterCard bonus you're referring to?
Oh, look at that.
I thought you might have jinxed it, but you didn't.
I don't think so. I think I gave her a little bit of luck on that one. I'll have to say it again.
Barely touching the head pin. Meanwhile, Wendy stepping up in this 3rd frame, actually. Strike and spare for Wendy so far this match. Oh. Tough break.
Solid 8-pin for Wendy. Great shot. Wendy looks a lot more confident this year. She worked over some things at the end of last year and came out this year pretty confident. So it looks like it's going to be a good year for Wendy.
Leanne now up in the 3rd. She can double up here. And does.
Take a look at Tammy's shot. Seems like she got it just a little bit wider than she did the last 2. Barely hitting the head pin. But you know what? Nothing wrong with collapsing the bucket for the old triple.
Wendy converted her spare while we were looking at Tammy's good fortune there.
Yeah, very good fortune.
Tammy now back up live in the 4th frame. Has the front 3. You already mentioned it, so we're okay. MasterCard has a $50,000 bonus for a 300 game on television.
Much better shot. Kept that one in a little more. Still came with light, but she mixed them around.
Well, you talked about that last night. You were telling me that the light hits really carried.
Yeah, Wendy was a big believer in that. Even when I bowled her in match play, she said every time she hit light, they seemed to carry and go down a lot more than when she hit solid. Left a lot of ring 10s, she said, the first few days. All changed around.
that was a solid one, and it certainly carried for her after that 8 pin she left the last time. Leanne now up in the 4th frame, working on a double. She can come within 10 pins of Tammy-Turner with a strike here.
211 average for Leanne, not so bad. Another great shot by Leanne.
Well, Tammy-Turner now leading the first match here at the Omaha Open. We'll be right back after these messages. The championship round finals of the Omaha Open are being brought to you by AMF Bowling Worldwide, the largest owner and operator of bowling centers in the world and one of the leading makers of bowling products. AMF always means fun. And by MasterCard. There are some things in life money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Well, while we were away, nothing changed. All 3 players struck in the 5th, all 3 players 9 spare in the 6th. Tammy-Turner still ahead by 10 pins and is stepping up now live in the 7th frame, working on that spare. She defeated Wendy 253 to 193 in match play throughout the week.
Got it right.
Well, she told you what she did on that one. She got it right. That's what you did when she collapsed that bucket earlier. There might be a little more carry down on the lane. They've been bowling on them for a while.
Wendy now up in the 7th. Wendy trailing. She was trailing by 31 pins going into the 7th frame here.
Good shot by Wendy. All 10 on that one, no doubt.
She still has time. 3 frames left. This isn't the easiest spare in the world, the 248, excuse me.
No, and
I didn't know at all.
no. Did you have anything to do with that?
You know, I knew you'd bring that up. Hey, thanks, Buddy Pal.
I don't think she planned that one. But, you know, one thing about Tammy, she's really worked very hard on her sparing. She went to the Kegel Training Center over the break. And one thing is she's a confidence player. When her sparing is good, Tammy bowls good. When she feels good about it, she bowls good. So this is one thing that really got her here this week is she felt good about herself and her game. Another great shot by Leanne.
And that does set Leanne up to continue on that max score pace of 269.
And Leanne is really on a roll this year, too.
Tammy-Turner max score 255.
Good shot by Tammy. Good aggressive shot after that open.
As we mentioned earlier on, it's amazing to me that all 3 of these players have already won this event. We've only been here 6 years. And these 3 players in one match have all won this event.
Also, I believe Leanne beat Wendy when she won here in the championship match. So kind of ironic, although they can't meet each other today, championship.
And we talk about it, and there it is, the past champions, Marianne DeRufo, the only other winner here, and she won it twice. Both ends, 94 and 98.
Wendy tripping that 4-pin for the double.
Leanne Barrette up in the 8th now leads this by 4 pins. She can take it to 14 with a strike.
Ooh. Messenger across the lane to get the 10 out.
Bad break, good break.
That's right. Leanne seems like she throws it pretty good here. Gets it to what she's looking at and knocks that 10 out. Just leaves the 7. A lot easier to make than the 7-10.
And that was Tammy's shot. 9
Stone
pin.
9. Although it is, well, we're not going to say it this time because last time we said it, she missed the spare, so we don't want to. Leanne changing balls again, shoot at the spare. It's a ball that doesn't hook as much.
Are you superstitious, Caroline?
I am a little bit superstitious, so let's just wait till she gets the ball out of her hand this time. Oh, much better.
Covers it up nicely, and you did talk about all the work she's done on her spares.
Yes.
She did say she had only missed 3 spares in 42 games this week.
And that's a lot better. Earlier this year, she missed a few cuts, and it was because of her sparing, she said. So I think she's back on track. Whatever she's working on is definitely sending her in the right direction.
And that being Tammy-Turner we were talking about. Wendy, meanwhile, backed off the approach. Needed to dry her hand again.
We talked about, you know, your pre-bowling ritual. Wendy's another bowler that likes to be very prepared before she steps on the approach. And if it doesn't feel right, she steps right back off and starts over.
Now she can go off the sheet here for 248. She's working on 2 strikes. That was a big setup in the 9th.
Big setup, great shot. When Wendy gets in a groove, she's that type of player that she just keeps going.
Leanne Barrette now can go off the sheet for 249, therefore leads by just 1 pin. She has to set up a strike, though, or Wendy would be able to strike out and win this match.
Great shot by Leanne. Leanne said to us last night she's really been bowling together with her game. Mentally and physically, she is bowling very, very well, and she feels good about it. Oh,
a rockin' 10 pin, almost a 7-10.
Yeah, light shaker there. That.
And Wendy's ready, stepping up in the 10th. Wendy can go off the sheet, as we said, for 248. If she does that, Leanne has to strike out for 249 to win this match.
Looks like a good shot by Wendy. There's the first one.
She does look good. She's been really aggressive all week.
That tournament over the break really helped her out.
Okay.
With her confidence.
Tammy, unfortunately, missing a spare there. That does not count. It went off into the channel first, therefore the spare doesn't count.
She might have just gotten a little quick. Tammy usually says when she gets a little off on her spares, her timing does get a little quick, and she gets out of it and just lets it go. And that could have happened because it doesn't seem like she's, stuck on the approach. Another good shot by Wendy.
Ooh,
there it is.
Slapping that 10 pin.
Very aggressive shots for Wendy.
Leanne needs to strike here, though, because pin count is going to be the situation. What Wendy gets on her fill ball if Leanne can strike.
Put a little pressure on her. That's what you like to see in the 10th frame. As long as it's not me. Great shot by Leanne.
Well, let me put a little pressure on you. Is Leanne going to strike again?
Well, considering the way these people have been bowling all year, I say the odds are in her favor.
Safe out. Final score 247 for Wendy, so Leanne needs another strike and 9 pins to win this match.
She's had strikes on this lane all but one time. Got that one a little bit wider. Wow.
Oh.
Good. She stayed with that shot. That was a good shot by Leanne.
Even Wendy acknowledging, good shot. Okay, needs 9 pins.
It seems with this format, when the three are bowling in the first match, there's a little more talking going on. Usually when you're head-to-head, no one speaks, no one hits hands, no one says anything. It's actually, I think it seems to loosen the bowlers up just a little bit.
It's a little more casual.
Yes, because the scores have not been bad in our first matches.
Okay, this is a key shot here, though. Needs 9 pins or better to advance. Oh my, we have a tie.
Yes, we do.
247 tie between Wendy Macpherson and Leanne Barrette. Will go into a 9th and 10th frame roll-off.
Seems like Leanne might have gotten a little bit slow on that shot, so the ball went a little high.
Just maybe being a little careful.
Seems like she did. I felt she was a little bit slow on that shot. Maybe got it in a little bit more, didn't send it as far right. In that case, it went a little high, leaving 8.
I think the shot before she sent farther right than she intended.
She sent it way right, and it came back.
Okay, Leanne's going to start. She'll throw a 9th frame shot.
I don't want to say so much it was nerves, because, boy, with 20 titles, I think you overcome your nerves pretty well.
Wendy looking on, I'm sure very surprised she's in this situation after Leanne getting both of those strikes.
Getting a little bit of a break. Let's see if Leanne comes back. Great shot.
That was a nice shot. 10 pin not budging. Wendy's going to get up and throw her 9th frame now because they're going to continue in the same format as it was with 3 bowlers. It's not a match play style. So Wendy will bowl in between Leanne's shots.
That's a good way to handle it, too, because it keeps the pacing the same. Doesn't throw anybody off out of their ritual or what they need to be doing.
Good point, because once you're in a certain pace, it's hard to change that.
You want to keep it going, exactly. Good shot by Wendy. There's that light hit she talked about all week.
Okay, Leanne, first things first needs to cover up the spare. covers that spare. All even right now, but Wendy working on a strike will have a big opportunity in the 10th.
I'm anxious to see what Leanne does on this lane for that final shot in the 10th.
They were discussing who's going to finish first. This is the first roll-off we've had since the new format with 3 players. So they're having to feel their way through this and see who's supposed to bowl when. Oh, my. That just fell off her hand.
That seems like she got a little quick.
I think I should have put a piece of tape in.
Got it. Well, she says she should have put a piece of tape in. She's holding it in her hand.
I think she may have felt a little rush there.
And maybe a little bit quick. She didn't get a chance to sit on the other, the format we just finished. She sat for a second. It could change things. Another 10 pin for Wendy.
Well, if Leanne spares this, because she lost the pin count, she was on a spare, so she spares it. Best she could do would be to shoot a 30, which means Wendy would need the mark, would need to spare the 10 pin.
It's a better shot. That was a much better shot for Leanne.
Okay, Wendy needs the spare now. Sparing 1 pin, actually. Covers it up, and what a turnaround. Well, Wendy Macpherson will advance, but first when we come back, Kim Adler will explore a variety of wrist supports. Stay with us for her advice.